Yo, hey guys, what's going on? Wow, welcome to the stream. Definitely been quite some time. My plan for today's stream, by the way, just for those tuning in right now, is to talk about Ethereum. You know, its upcoming upgrades that's coming, the merge, sharding, etc. Layer twos, Alt-L1s, multi-chain, pretty much everything related to blockchain and crypto. Oh, just want to talk about it generally. I don't know. I was just watching YouTube just now. Actually, I was watching someone else live, not even crypto related, and something within me just told me, you know what, Hunter, you gotta go live, man. You gotta go live, talk to the people, talk about Ethereum, talk about crypto, blockchain, etc. So that's where we're at today, right now. As you can see, I'm rocking the swag, BeFresh.eth, or whatever. And I'm chilling. I should probably share this actually. Probably share this somewhere in Twitter or something so people know that I'm live. I know I haven't been live in quite some time. I know your boy is slacking on the videos, but no worries. I'm here right now. So let's see. I think I would like to, let me see. The only thing is that if I post it on, okay, I'm just going to say on Twitter that I'm live right now. Live on YouTube, talking about Ethereum, layer 2s, Alt-L1s, and more. All right. And by the way, the way I have this structured is anyone essentially can join. So like, someone, I know or somebody I trust, I guess, wants to come up here and like kind of shoot the shit, then we out essentially. You're live on YouTube talking about Ethereum, layer 1s, and more. Nice. Okay, nice. Hold on, can I share my screen actually? I think I can, right? Let me share my screen real quick. By the way, for those who are tuning in after the fact, it might be a little setup here, so bear with me. Yo, Brendan, what's going on, man? The OG, what's good? Just chilling, man. Just hanging out, man. Just want to talk about some crypto stuff, I'm trying to share the link right now, actually, on Twitter. This is like the kind of stuff you're supposed to do, like before you start the stream, which I always criticize other people for doing. But here we go. Share. That's what I'm trying to do. Share screen, bam, and then share that over here. Nice. Okay, cool. Very nice. I'm trying to share this thing on YouTube real quick so people know what's going on. But I don't want to. I want to take like a picture though. You know what I mean? I don't want to use this as like the background. Let me. You know what? Let me actually just. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second here, and I'm gonna just take a screenshot. So if I pose, sorry. Nice. All right. Cool. Nice. Dude, your boy is clean shaven. Yo. Oh my god. Live on YouTube talking about. Oh shit! I'm literally sharing the StreamYard link with people. That's not what I want to do actually right now. Hold on. Copy link address. Okay, here we go. Okay, cool. All right, nice. Throwing it up there. I also want to change the thumbnail for this thing. Let me see if I can change it real quick. Sorry, guys, for those tuning in after the fact, and for those listening right now, I apologize. I'm like just trying to make sure that the live looks good here. I think it's here we go. Live currently. Edit title and description. Oh, you can't even change the thumbnail though. Hold on, let me see. Changing the thumbnail. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. Upload thumbnail. Oh shit, I didn't save it. Yo, crusty as hell, dude. What a late start. Save. All right, cool. Okay. All right, now I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, nice. Okay, we're good. All right, so Thanks Brendan for coming in. So to be clear again, open conversation. Anyone in the chat wants to bring anything up, something you want to talk about, let me know. Preferably related to whatever is in the title. But I kind of just wanted to talk about Ethereum scaling and all that stuff, at least to begin with. For those of you who don't know, I am the community manager over at Alt-L1s Arbitrum, and a lot of the last couple, how do you say, months? Oh, no, yeah, months. Wow. Actually, it's been over a year since I've been essentially at Arbitrum Off-Chain Labs. And it's pretty insane to think that sometimes, frankly. And a lot of my life, it really has just been kind of focused around, scaling Ethereum, with Arbitrum. By the way, real quick, before I keep going, let me make sure the video audio sounds good. Hold on. All right, good. It's good. All right. So pretty much like the past year of my life essentially has been, instead of focusing on like the broader crypto experience like I used to, it's been really kind of more focused around Arbitrum and scaling Ethereum and all that other stuff. Thus, I'm a lot more out of like the mainstream kind of crypto community, a lot more out of it than I used to be. So like when I hear, it's funny, like I can't even look at the price of Bitcoin, for example, anymore. That's how like entrenched I am with like Ethereum and that entire ecosystem now. But I think it's very interesting, something that I've noticed like over the past, and I don't want to make it all about me, but I feel like for some reason, like, so last year when I joined Arbitrum, at least, that was right around the time when I kind of started to kind of like let go of my like non-Ethereum related bags. And I feel like ever since then, they've just been like anything that's not not on Ethereum, layer 2, or that's not on like an Avalanche or Solana or anything like that, has essentially just plummeted, like literally like completely plummeted. And I don't know, it's a very interesting like kind of thesis to have, where it's like, obviously like the broader crypto community, like, includes, the Cardanos, the the Wand chains, the like the different blockchains out there. But in a way, I feel like the niche Ethereum community, or I guess you could say like the niche kind of scaling community, which is probably what I should call it now, is like, I feel like really starting to hit that kind of mainstream, to the point where it's like no one's like, there isn't much money for those building on anything that's not like, Ethereum, or like, like for example, I mean, obviously then you have the Avalanche and Solanas. If you're not building on like one of those three, and when I say Ethereum, I include all layer 2s. So if you're not building like an Ethereum, an Avalanche, or a Solana, and honestly, Avalanche, Solana, to me at this point, also like you're really, you're running a risk there, if you ask me. I don't know. I think it's like you're almost kind of screwed, because it's nuts. Like, again, when I started the YouTube channel, I remember like, just diving into like Komodo, for example, that like they were their own chain. I remember they used like DPoS to like, so in a way they also leveraged Bitcoin security, but frankly, I don't even know how secure that is. Library, or, as some of you guys might know now, as Odyssey, they got sued by the SEC. Funny enough. But like those guys, I hope they're doing well as well. But I mean, like all these different projects, I feel like are just kind of fading away into, non-existence, which is, again, I hate to say that, and I hate to say that because I know that's not true, but it's like maybe because I'm just not part of the community, that, it's just what I see. But nonetheless, there were a lot of big announcements the other day about, I mean, okay, well, I guess we could just start with Ethereum generally. As a lot of you probably know, the merge is coming pretty soon. It was the kind of thing where it's like people kind of figured it would just never happen, but it is. And for what it's worth, I could definitely bring up an article here, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. Actually, I can probably just bring up the Ethereum website over here. Let me see if I could share it real quick. Oh, one, no, we don't want that. Okay, there we go. So the merge. Wait, is this better? That's way too small. The merge. All right, so the merge. This is okay. So to be clear, a lot of you guys probably already know, but Ethereum essentially is going through a couple of upgrades, which essentially is going to make it not only proof of stake instead of proof of work, resulting in a more environmentally friendly blockchain, but it's also supposed to help just scale itself generally, both from an execution standpoint, not really honestly from an execution standpoint, more so from like a data availability standpoint. So it'll be a lot more easier for example, roll-up teams to develop on Ethereum, pretty much. Fugu, this is unexpected. I approve. Thank you, my friend. I approve of you watching as well. Appreciate you stopping by. I like your name, by the way, Fugu. But yeah, so the merge, a lot of us are very familiar with it. The problem with it for a while has been that the merge, I think, was like, not the merge, but this upgrade that Ethereum is supposed to go through, these couple of upgrades, frankly, like they were proposed like years ago, and only now are they like really starting to kind of like actually happen. So obviously the Beacon chain was like launched, I think at this point, like 2 years ago. I know it wasn't that long ago. It was like a year and a half, maybe. I think like a year and a half. But now the next upgrade, which is going to be essentially move Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake, the merge is now essentially it's on our doorstep, pretty much. My understanding was that, and they just released like an update on it. Actually, I'm not sure if they put it here, but we can. Yeah, honestly, it's actually right there. Q3, Q4, 2022. The specific dates they gave though was, I think it was August, so next month for I think like one of the testnet upgrades, which might be Girly, and then September possibly for the actual like mainnet merge. What does that mean from a like for us, for example? Well, to me, it's like it's a couple of things, right? Not for Ethereum, obviously, it's that like Ethereum is still obviously shipping, right? That's one thing I feel like that a lot of like alt layer one kind of people kind of like like shit on Ethereum for. It's just like it's like ossified, kind of like Bitcoin has, which I don't think Ethereum is there yet. It may get there someday, I don't know, but it's definitely not there yet. So that's good to see, and obviously the fact that there are so many layer 2 teams building on top of it, and that's probably what a lot of this video is most likely going to be me talking about layer 2s, because that's the field that I work in at this point. But it's true, and a good amount of the upgrades as well, besides the merge and whatnot, are going to essentially cater to a lot of these layer 2 teams, specifically actually optimistic rollups. I haven't seen too many like EIPs specifically like being proposed that cater towards zk rollups. Like I know EIP 4488 I think is one of them, and like one about like proto dank sharding, which frankly I don't even know what the hell that means. I probably should, but like all that is supposed to, from my understanding, is supposed to really just benefit like the optimistic rollups. It's possible that it also benefits zk rollups too, but frankly I think zk rollups are a little bit too early for anything to benefit it besides them actually launching. So a little spiciness there for you, but yeah, essentially the merge should be happening this year, and I find it very interesting that a lot of the, and I'll actually kind of put my face over here. I find it pretty interesting actually that there are a lot of teams still obviously launching in this bear market, and they're faced with the choice of which chain to pick when they're launching, right? And being community manager, I'm not always the first person. I'm not always the first person that like has a connection like with like a new project that's looking to launch, but sometimes I am, and it's always interesting to see kind of what they value. And what I've seen, and it's funny, like someone actually on Twitter was posting about this the other day. It's what I've seen from teams that actually like care about building for the long term. I think it's like twofold. I think number one, it's obviously the tech, and the tech to a certain extent, right? Because obviously, for people who are building their own project, they're not like too concerned. Right? I shouldn't say that they're not too concerned, but they're not like in the weeds with where each team is specifically at in development for each of their roll up or chain, because you just can't be, obviously, right? Unless you're like literally on the project, and because of that, they kind of just go with like the umbrella term. Okay, like, are you an optimistic rollup? Are you zk rollup? Are you layer 1? And that's kind of like, those are actually probably like the three different things, right? Yeah, optimistic rollup, zk rollup, or layer 1 at this point. Like those are the three options you have. And between the layer one options, obviously you have the Avalanches, the Solanas, the BSCs. I don't know who launches on BSC nowadays. And obviously Ethereum. But BSC, Ethereum usually aren't two obvious choices at this point. Ethereum because it's expensive, BSC because, no offense, but no one uses BSC, frankly. And then so you're left with Avalanche and Solana on the layer one side. Then with layer twos, frankly, the only two that are currently out that you can really make an argument for, like Optimism and Arbitrum. All the other ones are like, nah, not really. Technically, like zkSync, obviously, none of them are essentially out yet. So there's really only like, you really only have like 4 different options actually. Now that I think about it. Hold on, let me talk to Burr. Oh, hold on, let me get him up here. Hope you're keeping well. We missed you. Keeping consistent is only the beginning. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Consistency is key, and I am horrible at that. Anyways, yeah. So it's as a team trying to launch a new project, you essentially only have like 4 different options, right? At this point, Arbitrum, Optimism, Avalanche, and Solana, like viable choices that have a chance to scale in the future. That's what I mean by that, right? And it's possible I'm missing a couple, but I mean, like oh yeah, you have Cosmos, but I mean, don't get me started with Cosmos. I mean, okay, I'll add Cosmos there. Like you can be an app chain on Cosmos. This is what I mean, right? I think most teams that want to be an app chain don't need to be an app chain, by the way, for what it's worth. But it's worth saying though. It's definitely worth saying that when you look at, like, for example, the other 2 layer ones as options, like for the most part, it's VC money. It's a chain that, like, I think Bankless called them like a vampiric to Ethereum. I don't know if they said that. I don't want to put that on them, but I feel like someone at some point just called them vampires, and I'm like, damn, that's rude. That is just rude, man. But most people know that Solana and Avalanche are just like not like long-term sustainable, right? Avalanche at some point are going to need their own layer 2s. So at that point, why use Avalanche layer 2s or Avalanche when you can use Ethereum or Ethereum layer 2s, right? So that point essentially low key is kind of moot. What I will say for Avalanche is that, you could technically look at it as like, at least at the layer 1 level, like you have a team that you can like talk to and market with. That's definitely the one thing that Ethereum, unfortunately, because of its decentralized nature, doesn't technically have. Like, you can't go to like the Ethereum marketing and do an AMA with Ethereum. Like, no, you can't do that. But you can do it with an Avalanche, right? So I guess like I'll give Avalanche that. I guess technically you could do that, but at the end of the day, it's like you're almost reinventing the wheel with an Avalanche, in my opinion. Then with Solana, I mean, I don't know. Can we say it's centralized? Is that fair? Brendan, appreciate you coming by, brother. Appreciate you, man. I've heard arguments that it's like technically it has a higher Nakamoto coefficient than Ethereum has. But I mean, either way, bro, like you can't really argue the fact that it's more like a VC chain. No offense. For what it's worth, one of the cool things about it is that they do have like parallelization for their transactions. So I guess that's kind of cool. But like you have those 2 as options for alt layer 1s, and frankly, the community, as far as I'm concerned, just isn't there. Obviously, both chains have tokens, so they're very loved, or they're very well known by like the broader crypto community, which includes like the people that buy Dogecoin, right? You know what I mean? But the community just is not there. And frankly, like if you're any type of like techie in crypto, you're really looking at scaling Ethereum for the most part. Like, I don't know, most talent I feel like is really kind of just building on Ethereum. And when I say building on Ethereum, I mean like building a product on top of Ethereum, whether it's a roll up or whatever it is. That's when you get layer 2s, like the Arbitrums, the Optimisms, these zkSyncs, and the other ones. Because we're only mentioning the live ones, we talk Arbitrum and Optimism. And listen, I already told you guys I work at Arbitrum, so I'm gonna be very biased. So let's not beat around the bush here. If you ask me, and I guess we can just start off by saying that Arbitrum is obviously like the biggest one currently, with about like 50% of the market share in terms of actually all layer 2s that are currently live. So already like Arbitrum as kind of like the thing of like, okay, it's already, you know, it's the biggest one, you know, almost everyone seems to be there, and you know, blah blah blah. But if not more than that, I think, and frankly, I'm gonna try to like limit my well, okay, let me just keep going, and then you'll see where I'm getting at. Um, you know, it's part of the reason why I do like, you know, being at Arbitrum as well, is just because, you know, we're so Ethereum aligned. Like everyone, like I mean, like co-founders, and you know, everyone on the team essentially, like we're all Ethereum aligned, and you know, the point is to try to scale Ethereum in every way possible, with as many solutions as possible. So obviously we have the Arbitrum 1, which is the roll up, but soon we're coming out with Arbitrum. You know, I don't know if did we already see the name? Yeah, Arbitrum Nova. I gotta make sure I don't leak any alpha actually. Arbitrum Nova, right? And it's just so cool to me that like we're able to offer these two really cool novel solutions that no one has done yet. No one has built yet. Like technically, you know, we do currently have like the only fully built out like optimistic rollup, you know, like fraud proofs and everything, right? Shout outs to OP. They are currently building their fraud proof system, or fault proof they call it. But you know, it's not, so you know, because of that, you can't technically call it like a fully built out optimistic rollup. You just can't, right? And so to me, that's why it's like, you know, like you have this team full of like gigabrains, and it's just, you know, it's insane to me. That's why, for example, like whenever I go to conferences or like I talked on AMAs and stuff like that with people, I always say, bro, it's like trying to sell this is like it sells itself pretty much. The tech sells itself, and frankly, the community is dope too. And you know, I try to make sure that it's inclusive and whatnot. Frankly, I don't do that much at the end of the day. Community manager is such like a weird title to have, by the way. I feel like, because you know, I'm not managing the community. You know, like I feel like I'm more like just like watching it. I'm like the overseer, the community overseer. That should be like a title, if anything else. But help fostering the community. That's the word I'm looking for, foster. But yeah, so you know, I think at least like from that standpoint, the current choices, I think that's the reason why, you know, a lot of people are seeing just a lot more projects launching on Arbitrum generally, just because, you know, the most advanced so far, and might be just generally in the future. That's a good off that to get more onto the future topic, like the zk's, zero knowledges. I would like to talk about this stuff. So I'm actually going to bring up Twitter for this one. I forgot I was actually sharing my screen. Let me see. Actually, let me go back here real quick. I'm going to bring up Twitter real quick. We're going to bring up, who should we bring up first? All right. So just for some background, over the past week, I think it was Wednesday, or I think it was Tuesday actually. No, actually, no, it was Wednesday. Wow, jeez. Tuesday. 3 teams officially announced that they officially announced their zk EVM. We're actually gonna go bring it up here, and I'm gonna make sure it's bigger than me. There you go, bam. Can I do this? Should we do this instead? What do you think? This is better. Okay. So yeah, 3 different teams on Wednesday announced essentially their zk EVM, right? Zero knowledge EVM. Pretty much their zk rollups, but instead of having this custom language that, for the most part, you would have to build, you know, to make a to make a zk rollup like generalized and whatnot. They launched a zk rollup, or they're launching a zk rollup that's EVM equivalent, such as Arbitrum and Optimism. Pretty much, essentially, what that means is like if you can literally take your code on Ethereum and copy and paste it more or less to Arbitrum and Optimism, and you know, you'll have the same app essentially. So zk teams announced that on Wednesday. Like I think 3 of them did. Polygon was I think Polygon was technically the first one to announce it on Wednesday. You know, I'll just read it over here. We're proud to announce a giant leap forward to Ethereum scaling and zk innovation, introducing Polygon zk EVM, the first EVM equivalent zk layer 2. Today we're releasing a complete implementation, fully open source, and we're just getting started. I think the most interesting thing about this is that it's fully open sourced. Again, for what I mean, you know, I don't know what that's worth, but To be clear here, there are no like deliverables today, from my understanding, besides, I guess you could say, the code, which is down here, I think, or I don't even know where they put it. Okay, they didn't even link it, I think. Yeah, they didn't link the code. Okay, well, it's in the blog, I'm sure. Essentially, they had announced, right, their little zk rollup thing, and they mentioned, I want to see if I can get to the part where they say when it's coming. Here we go. Today we're open sourcing the code for Polygon zk EVM. Soon we'll have a public test net, which will be your opportunity to test our network. And what you're going to find, as a common theme between all the zk announcements this week, is that all of them are essentially like announcements of announcements. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what caused them all to announce it at the same time. But like literally, I mean, they were literally all announced within like 3 or 4 hours of each other. Here we go. July 20th again, zkSync. Over the last year, we've been heads down working to scale Ethereum and accelerate its adoption. Today we're happy to announce that zkSync 2.0, the first ever zk EVM rollup, will be live on mainnet in 100 days. And they put their public roadmap here. Again, an announcement of an announcement, right? And they meant, but I guess the difference is, and I guess I'll give this to them over Polygon, is that they gave us a date, 100 days, and in 100 days you'll have the full alpha. Which, I mean, like, it's, and again, I should, and this isn't me laughing at the teams like, oh, like they suck, blah blah blah. No. Like, shout out to the teams for building what they're building. It's just like I don't know. It's like, crypto is like the classic industry that will you'll have an announcement of an announcement just for like its marketing purposes. But like, I've never seen something that was so like far away than just have them announce. This is literally like announcement, like, it's the third degree, literally. But shout outs to zkSync for that. And of course we have a scroll. A scroll is actually, so I feel like the scroll must be like one of like lower key teams. So I feel like no one, and again, not an insult at all, but like I feel like no one talks about scroll at all. Like, not like literally not at all. Look, actually, I guess this did go out the day before. Yeah, scroll did go out the day before. I'll give that to them. But they announced their pre-alpha testnet, which again, dude, what pre-alpha? Like, I don't know. I just find it funny, bro. Like, alpha is supposed to be like the first thing before beta, and then beta is supposed to be before the release. You got pre-alpha now. You might as well go back all the way to zeta at the end of the alphabet. Actually, that would have been good. The zeta testnet. That would sound pretty good, actually. But all that to kind of summarize all that. ZK teams are, they're building, pretty solid tech for what it's worth, I'm sure. But they're still very far away. I think, like, I think, to be honest with you, like, in a way, like, again, I'm gonna put myself in their shoes. If I was like on a ZK team and I'm like the marketing guy, or I'm like the person that just wants to keep the company relevant, then like, yeah, like, maybe you'll have to get in the business of releasing announcements of an announcement of an announcement. Maybe, I guess it makes sense in a way. But it's just, and here's the crazy thing, and I guess the reason why they do it is because it actually works, right? Obviously, if you're a team building right now, you want to be aware of all these different solutions coming out. So naturally, you're gonna try to take this stuff as seriously as possible. But at the end of the day, it's literally like anything else. Like, for example, zkSync says what they said, like it's gonna come out in 100 days. I don't think it's gonna come out in 100 days. I don't think so. Like, and this is not me saying, oh, because they're gonna like, no, lying, but I think if you've ever worked with developers, or if you're a developer yourself, you know that like you cannot assign a hard date on anything that you're building. You just can't. So I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm not sure why they said that 100 days, but hopefully people hold them to it then. With that, for what it's worth. Because I mean, Polygon and the scroll did not do that. Fugu. Oh, here we go. Fugu. Pre-alpha means we got to go back to the Phoenician alphabet. Damn. What is the Phoenician alphabet? wait, what is that? Hold on. Phoenician alphabet. What is that, bro? Did I spell Phoenician wrong? I don't even know what's going on, bro. Yours says, "Hey Hunter, thanks for streaming. Always interesting to hear your perspective. Appreciate you, brother." He said it was the first alphabet. Okay. Yeah, no, right? Wasn't the first alphabet just like people like scribbles, like hieroglyphics? again, I don't want this to be misconstrued with me like, making fun of any team, because again, I'm sure they're all building like serious stuff, obviously, but it's important to look at this stuff and realize what it is, to realize like what it is, right? If you're expecting these guys to launch like very soon, like and your project relies on them launching, to me that's a tough sell. Like for example, I mean, a great example of this is Zigzag Exchange, right? So these guys essentially, they launched. I could definitely be wrong here, so definitely don't take what I'm saying as gospel. But I think they were a Starkware product at first, and they were planning on going to zkSync, but because zkSync is taking so long, they're coming to Arbitrum first. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, they're very clear about their allegiance with zkSync. I mean, I get it. I mean, they have like 2 Z's in their name. They want to mention that they're powered by zk rollups, which actually, yeah, Arbitrum probably shouldn't be there if you're saying zk rollups. But so I get their allegiance, but like even these guys are being essentially forced, to stay relevant between now and when zkSync comes up to launch on, in their eyes, like an interim layer 2, which in this case is Arbitrum, right? So I don't know. I think like I'm an Ethereum maxi at heart at the end of the day. Obviously, I love Arbitrum too. I work here for a reason, right? The people here are awesome. The community is dope. It's just a and frankly, it's like the best Ethereum scaling product thus far. Okay, thus far. As long as you're scaling Ethereum, bro, I'm a fan of you, bro. I'm a fan of you, and as long as you're not like ripping people off, obviously. But that's obvious. So to me, zkSync, Starkware, all these different guys, they're all pretty dope. Starkware, actually, you know what? It's actually also an interesting topic of conversation, because I feel like I didn't mention Starkware, because I guess they use like validity proofs, or not validity proofs. They use Starks, technically is what they're called. They recently actually launched a token, and apparently it wasn't received by the community too well. I did give them a like for what it's worth, but it's it was a very interesting kind of conversation there too, because it's like if you're taking like, for example, the difference between like Starkware's token launch and Optimism's token launch is insane. and I've spoken actually to one of the co-founders, Eli, or Ellie at like one of the I think it was a Harvard blockchain conference, just because we happen to be sitting next to each other, and like they're really nice dudes, and so are some of the guys from OP. I don't know all of them, but the ones that I know are very nice. But it's just crazy to see how much of a difference there was in terms of like token launch, and mainly I guess you could say like the hope would be decentralization, but let's be honest right now, like none of these systems are even at the point where you can decentralize them anyways. So token launch is essentially just to get some hype, frankly. I think Starkware is a little different because I think the guy from 3AC kind of made them do it, but what are you gonna do? Hey, what's going on, Harshal? Oops, what you mean, oops? How we doing, man? How we doing? But yeah, no, man, the difference in the approach for both these token launches is insane. So essentially, if you're not aware, Starkware at least released like 3 different Medium articles, about them decentralizing. Essentially, one was about like the foundation, the token, and then of course the proposal, or just generally speaking, decentralizing. And from my understanding, and I think we can actually probably check it out here, there was no like airdrop like at all, which I'll be honest with you, if you ask me, I think like the expectation from people that use these protocols of like an airdrop and stuff like that is ridiculous. It's a shame that like it was such a success with Uniswap, and then after that, it was just a shit show. And now you have people literally like begging. But yeah, I don't think so. My understanding, Starkware didn't do an airdrop. Oh, they didn't do an airdrop yet, but I think what they said was that if you use the protocol before June 1st, here we go. This is it actually. Then you'll be provided some provisions or whatever. I can actually just read it, frankly. 9% of the token allocation goes to community provisions. For those who performed work for Starknet and powered or developed its underlying technology via past use of StarkEx L2 systems. It sounds like you'll get it. Crucially, all community provisions will be based on verifiable work that was performed in the past. So yeah, literally like retroactive like airdrop, which is what all these airdrops are. Prior to June 1st, though. And they mention it specifically for people who use StarkEx Layer 2 systems. And so to be honest with you, like, I'm not too sure why then people got so like mad at them. Well, actually, I'll tell you right now. From what I saw, the biggest issue that people have with their, I guess their token announcement was that 49.9% of the token allocation is going towards essentially the team and investors, insiders, which is a no-no, I guess, in crypto. I don't have any particular feelings towards that. I can definitely get why people would be like, okay, that's that's looks pretty centralized to me. I can definitely get that, but I don't really have any feelings towards that personally. What I do have feelings towards, though, is the fact that they really did not like. Did they even use the word airdrop? Like, they didn't use the word airdrop like that. So that's the thing, and I think that's why people got like really tight, because they didn't emphasize airdrop at all. Meanwhile, you have like Optimism on the other side, and I did a live stream actually on that when that happened. They were pretty obvious about it. You know what I mean? They were very obvious about it, actually. Now, granted, when did they announce this? Like 7 days ago. So, like, 8 days ago. I mean, I guess they have time to kind of give more details about that token distribution. But I don't know. I think it goes to show that there's obviously different ways of doing things, and some ways will piss off the community more than others. At the end of the day, you can't make everyone happy. Flat Smack, yo, what's going on, brother, man? It's been a while. How we doing, man? Yo, your profile picture never gets old, brother. Never gets old. Big Lou, what's going on? Hey, love to see perspective on the industry. Keep posting. You got it. You got it. I just felt like coming up here and streaming. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm like bouncing back and forth, by the way, with topics and stuff like that. So I apologize in advance. But I just like different things I want to talk about. Like I haven't. I mean, just the entire kind of scaling thing has been getting like this entire scaling industry is getting so much bigger and bigger that it's hard to just keep everything in my head. I don't know if that's even what I wanted to say, but yeah. Let's actually take a look at some like the Avalanche and Solana stuff because here, let me add a stream. There we go. Okay, remove. There we go. And when I say look at that stuff, I mean let's look at some of the price action. And to be clear, you guys know I am by no means a trader at all or anything like that. So we're not going to really be like really talking about like, wait, why can't I look around here? Okay, we're not really going to be talking about like I'm not charting essentially is what I'm trying to say. But I do kind of want to just analyze some stuff. So Solana, here we go. Solana is a top 9 project. Cardano is number 8. Damn. So at its peak, Solana was about 250 roughly, 250. Now I remember this too. This was like near when like NFTs on Solana all were also just hopping, dude, like killing it. What it's worth, I think at that point, like they were just getting like there's like a ton of rugs. So, like every other project was a rug. That might have been Avalanche actually. I think like any of the cheap chains, frankly, any of the cheap chains have a good amount of rugs, to be honest. So you can't put it on Solana, I don't think, for that. but I just found it interesting because Solana does have a lot of NFT trading activity, so I guess it makes sense. But even so, I just find it very interesting to see it's like sometimes this measure like the percentage drops between all-time high and obviously current prices if it's a bear market between like the Alt-L1s and like the Ethereums. Yeah. Oh wait, Fugu, you're right. Oh, I missed that. Oh no, I actually do want to talk about that. Oh man, should I go back to that? Okay, hold on, just to bring up what Fugu said. It was another major criticism of Starkware's tokens that they were using it as a gas token instead of ETH. Oh, to be clear, by the way, they're not using it instead, from my understanding. I think they mentioned that they're going to be using. Well, actually, no. I think primarily it sounded like yes, the token was going to be used as gas, but that you'd also be able to use ETH if you wanted to. That's what I remember reading. But yeah, you're right, Fugu. Yeah, that did piss off a good amount of people, and I think that kind of shows where their alignment stands with Ethereum. There, no offense, just my take there. Thank you, Fugu, for reminding me of that. Appreciate you. But yeah, back on the Solana thing. I don't know. I mean, does anyone does anyone in the chat actually do you guys use Solana, Avalanche, or any of these other L1s? And if you do, what do you do on them and why do you like them? Because I'll be honest, bro, before I joined Arbitrum, I was very familiar with funny enough, I don't know if you remember, I made a video on Mirror protocol on Terra. And that was before it ran up, actually. I made that Mirror video before Mirror or Terra ran up at all. I think Terra was like $1 or something. And Mirror was also around the same price. But I did that. I used the Wand Chain. I never used the BSC. I did use Polygon, actually. Yeah, no, actually, I did a couple things on Polygon a couple months after I made those videos. But William Corey says Solana is mostly bots. It's a good point, William. I think actually there was somewhere where I was looking that I think if you look at SoulScan, let me see here. SoulScan, you can see the amount of so generally it looks like Solana is very, very active, but if you look at the amount of the types of transactions being sent, most of them are just I forgot what it was. Not that they were bots, but that they were damn, I forgot. It's the equivalent to it's like a Chainlink Oracle call or something like that, or something related to validation. Actually, I think, DeFi, Django, Polygon, Aave, Loop was glory days. Yo, okay, yeah, okay, exactly. I'm gonna give it to Polygon. Yeah. Do you remember? Okay, hold on. Who remembers? What was that? Titan, Iron Finance. Dude, that was insane. And listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I definitely made a video or two. Wait, did I make a video about that? I made a video and mentioned it in it. And mentioned that I was using it. But I did say this is very risky. And it was. Man, no, but Polygon was lit, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, and this is what I'm gonna give the Polygon too. And I know by the way, I realize that we're moving away from Solana already, but I don't know. I have a lot of experience with Polygon, frankly, at least in its early days. Let me go here. Bam. Okay, so Polygon, dude. I think the reason why Polygon is so huge at this point is because, in a way, they were kind I mean, number one, Polygon's been around for a while. I know they've been hiring obviously a ton of people, so you could say that they're what they are today was not what they were before a year ago, but they were essentially at least to my knowledge one of the first quote unquote Ethereum scalers, to me the quote unquote alternative blockchain, alternative smart contract DeFi blockchain, because you have the other ones again I just mentioned the Wand Chain, Terra I think was around as well. And yeah, Terra was around actually, yeah, and other different chains. But I don't know why Polygon was different. I feel probably because of the liquidity mining, actually, most likely. He said, "Yeah, you got a video about it." That's what I'm saying. No, listen. Okay, hold on. Okay, see, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and I've been hearing that from everybody. Polygon's biz dev is the best, right? I don't know if I can agree with that. Like, I feel like because of their track record, you could you could say like, yeah, like they've been the longest, they've been operating the longest in Ethereum scaling. I guess you could say that. I mean, they have it right there, right? But I don't know. It's the kind of thing where it's like you don't realize Polygon isn't benefit. You're not like you don't really benefit from Ethereum by using Polygon. Essentially, that's why in a way like people talk about Polygon as a layer 2 when it's not. At least the POS chain, which it is not. There's zkEVM when it comes out, yes, as a layer 2. But their current implementation of the POS chain is definitely not a layer 2. So they, to me, like if their biz dev comes from like falsely promoting their POS chain as a layer 2, I mean, I guess they're getting the business anyways, right? I don't want to put that on them just in case they don't, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them call the POS chain a layer 2 before. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Corey, yo, what's going on, Corey? You know, it's no worries, but you're not late at all, man. You're not late. Prime time. Talking to Polygon, other stuff like that. Scaling. But no, yeah, I think listen, I'm a fan of Polygon, man. I think they'll come through with some of their solutions at some point. It's just funny to me how like it's just it's very funny to me how like I feel like the ZK narrative has caught and holds so much that no one's even like bothering to make like an optimistic roll up at this point, besides like Arbitrum and like Optimism essentially. We can actually visit layer 2 scam real quick. L2 beat, I mean, sorry. For example, okay, so these are all the teams, by the way, right? So you have the 2 optimistic rollups over here at the top. Metis, which is technically an optimistic chain. We don't get me started on that one. Boba Network, again, don't get me started on this one too, because I think they want to put in AI or Turing or machine learning or something like that. So like you have these, so okay. So you have 4 actually, okay, so you have like pretty much 3 optimistic rollups in the top 10 layer 2 kind of, I guess you could say scoreboards, leaderboards, right? Two of the biggest layer 2s are optimistic rollups. DYDX was actually the biggest, and then they announced that they're moving to Cosmos, which, I mean, yeah, no, as soon as they announced that, I think like someone withdrew like $400 million worth of tokens. And at that point, bro, I'm like, you literally cannot, you can't make it up, bro. Why would you do that? You literally, What's going on, Chris? How you doing, man? What's going on, man? But for real, like, pretty much you have 2 optimistic rollups taking the throne at the top, essentially accounting for currently over 70% of all layer 2s. Because frankly, right now they're you have zk rollups out here, but none of them are like actually like universal, right? Like they're not general purpose, right? I mean, Loopring, they have tokens, NFTs, and they have an automated market maker, zkSync, tokens, NFTs, etc. But it's the kind of thing where it's like purpose-built chains are interesting, but like they just don't work, bro. Like at least currently in the current form, they just don't work. Like unless you're like an ape coin, unless you're like an ape, Bored Ape, like if anyone can do it, they'll do it. Is what I'm trying to say. Like they'll be able to do it if anyone can do it. But even then, it's like by doing your own DApp or like app specific chain, you're limiting the amount that you can grow by so much. And that's why to me, like I don't understand the hype around Cosmos and like it's like their IBC network and all the chains there. Like don't get me wrong, it's cool that you can make your own chain, but it's like you're like hindering yourself on purpose. You're literally putting yourself on like a different planet from everyone else. It doesn't make any sense. Already feels like the narrative changes for the crypto space every 3 years. Then we have a bull run. Then another narrative change. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I feel like that narrative changes. Screw every 3 years. It's like every 3 weeks. To be honest with you, because like right now the narrative is on like, right now the narrative is really on like ZK rollups, like how like oh my god, like they're gonna be the future. Oh my god, like and I think it was a lot worse before, like a couple months ago. It's definitely not as bad now, and I think because people are finally catching on to the fact that it's like, yeah, like this stuff is not going to be out tomorrow. You know, although they did just release these couple announcements, um, realistically, like we're not going to be able to build these things for quite some time. So, what do you do in the meantime? Well, you either leave crypto or you go to the other leading solution currently, which is an optimistic rollup essentially, which is really cool. And it's funny because I feel like, so again, I definitely have a warped perspective because again, obviously I work at Arbitrum, but I feel like when I was doing my own thing, right? When I was on YouTube just making videos, and I was just degenning on Polygon, right? It was such like a cool feeling to experience DeFi, but so cheap. It was such a cool feeling for the first time, and I think the reason why Polygon was cool is because like at that time there was no other like alternative to Ethereum. Like Terra obviously is not. WanChain is not. I can't believe I used a WanChain, bro. Shout out to WanChain. But you know what I mean? Like, so that's why it's like, in a way, I almost wish I was able to try out these layer twos from a non-biased perspective, from just the perspective of someone who wants to try DeFi. Because obviously I'm always gonna have my opinions, but obviously even when I use Arbitrum today, which obviously I do a lot, like it's just crazy how it literally, dude. It's like literally like Ethereum, like you literally use like almost any dApp at this point that is on Ethereum on a layer 2, which is insane. Norm, what's going on, dude? Arbitrum killing it. I built your project on Arbitrum. Wait, which one? Tell me which one, bro. Which project did you build? If you built it, then I probably know it. That's the other cool thing, by the way, that I like about it is that the ecosystem is still so small that like if you name a project that it's on Arbitrum, 99% of the time I'm gonna know what it is. I love it. Yeah, no, I'm interested to know what your project is. DeFi, BSC was an alternative. Polygon was more Ethereum aligned, though. That's the biggest thing, and I think that's what people will argue now is that, or have always been arguing essentially that Polygon and the BSC, like there isn't that much of a difference, other than the fact that Polygon's marketing is, we love Ethereum, whereas BSC's marketing, not that they hate Ethereum, but that they just don't show any love for Ethereum generally, right? So that's why to me it's like like this nowadays, like I don't view Polygon the same as I do before. It's the same as I did before. Like to me, like I view like the layer 2s more as that versus Polygon, and obviously I view Arbitrum as like the layer 2 just because I work here, but also because we I work here for a reason, right? We have the best tech, best people. I'm gonna stop pitching because otherwise I will do it the entire night. But and nonetheless, like actual layer 2s is the point, right? Again, not to say that Polygon's bad, but it's like it's just crazy to me how people like still think that it's like, yeah, the options are Arbitrum, Optimism, or Polygon, and I'm like, no, they're not, because you just named something that's clearly not a layer 2. You know what I mean? Oh man, I love it, dude. I love it. Corey, well, now is the time to nature new products. The bull run distorts the narrative, money grab season. But see, that's the thing, like. That's why I find this bear market a little weird, right? Because bear market, right? Like we're all still here. You guys are watching this live stream, right? You're not off, like we're not off drowning our sorrows and who knows what, or doing something different, right? Like we're all still here, and I think that's the very interesting part about this cycle, That's why I know. I mean, maybe I'm not too worried as well because like I have this job, so obviously your boy gets a paycheck. So like again, so like I don't worry about my crypto going up or down. But the space is just so much bigger than it was like before. Like it's just so much bigger now, and it's hard for me to believe that like because now that we're in a bear market again, we're gonna see like a huge dip in protocol development. To be honest, I feel like I've almost seen more protocols kind of spinning up. It's just really cool to see like the narrative just switch so much. Like people are still bullish on crypto, which is really nice to see. And yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. But it's cool to be on like kind of this, like on like the builder side of things now, versus like a consumer side of things when I was making YouTube videos now, because it's like, like I'm literally like, some cases, like, I'm watching these projects kind of launch. Like, sorry, watching these projects, not launched yet, launch, and then obviously, do well after that. And it's just so cool to like see how they get there. Whether it's their marketing efforts, their like, the fire products they actually have. Product market fit is pretty big in crypto, right? It's the collaborations that we can offer them too. So like, for example, a great example of this is GMX. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with GMX, but like, I think here, let me see. What website is this? L2 fees. There's like a website where you can check the fee usage on some of these things. Let me see. I think L2B made it as well. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, but let me get L2 fees real quick. Let's see. There's a specific website. I forgot what it's called. Anyways, GMX is like enormous now. Actually, we can probably go to DeFi Llama. Let's go to DeFi Llama. Arbitrum is already typed in. Oh my god. Okay. Where am I looking at right now? GMX. Okay, yeah, GMX is literally the top project. It's insane to see where like how far GMX has come since they launched, bro. Literally just insane, bro. They started at what? I mean, they technically started at 0, right? Did they? They started at they technically started at 0, and now they have like over like 250 million TVL on both Arbitrum and Avalanche. It's insanity to me. And the crazy thing too to me is that it's like, for some reason there's a lot of leverage products on Arbitrum, like a lot of like derivatives or perpetuals, right? Yeah, a lot of perpetual products on Arbitrum for some reason. And so that's why to me I'm like, oh my god, like it's insane to me to see like one of these teams just blew up out of nowhere. And hey man, they're just shippers, I guess. It has to be that. The build market. Yeah, no, exactly, dude. The build market. The other interesting thing too, I think that also keeps a lot of the capital in the space too. This time around, I mean, are NFTs, because there is still a shit ton of stuff going on in NFTs, and that to me actually surprises me the most. My main thesis was actually like a while ago, actually, which was just to literally like at the end of the day, like whatever I buy in terms of NFTs, whether it be a punk, whether it be an Atom Bomb Squad or whatever the hell it is, Mutant Ape, ETH is king. And I still do believe that. But it's insane to me how see the NFTs are still afloat so much right now, because people like have literally made it like their jobs, like day trading NFTs. And yeah, like there are a couple people I watch like on YouTube who do that stuff, right? Like the John Carlos, the Nifty. I think the Nifty Alpha. I mean, like PO and those guys. Like those guys are dope. But yeah, man, I just insane to me like how much capital is still just like swashing around here in this space, in this bear market, right? I mean, like actually, funny enough, already on DeFi Llama, so like we can check. I mean, that's a pretty steep drop. Don't get me wrong. From like the top of like $247 billion in crypto or DeFi, I mean, all the way down to 85. Mind you, I think this over here was like the Luna crash, and then this was probably another crash. Who knows? Oh my god, there's a bunch of different crashes here. Casually. Crypto charts look horrible, dude. They're just like they're always gradually up in the beginning, steep inclines at some other point, and then just like teetering afterwards. But there's still a lot of money in the space, is what I'm saying. And a lot of it actually, we can actually take a look at the chains here. That like where's the this thing? Here we go. I love this little chart. So you can see where the money is essentially. And I'm gonna include staking, pool 2, and all these stuff. I feel like if you don't include this, it's not that representative. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, out of all like the relevant chains, we're gonna say, ETH has about 63% of the total TVL in DeFi, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I was actually surprised at. I thought it would be more, to be honest. I truly did. Then you think, wow, there's 65 billion worth of crypto on Ethereum. That's mind-boggling. The next one is BSC, bro. What? How is that possible? What are God. Dude, there's no way that this is like actual people's money. Like that has to be like, yo, you know what? We should like look into that. There's no way that people cumulatively have $8 billion worth of funds on the BSC. I don't believe it, bro. Like literally almost half of it is in Pancake Swap. Which, by the way, they said they might be migrating to Arbitrum too. So, hold on. Let's yeah. Can we check like the Binance scanner thing? BSC scan. Let's look up the top accounts real quick. How much money do they have? What is this? Is this like a burn address? The BSC token hub. 153 million BNB. Bro, like, okay, yeah. I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. It's a BNB address, obviously. 4.1 million, 153 million. How much money is this? How much is one BNB right now? I'm sorry if this doesn't matter to you, but I'm truly interested to know. One BNB is $265, dude. So that means how much is this? 40. Wait, what? No, 40 billion? 100,000 million billion. Am I high? Holy shit. Oh my God. $40 billion in this address alone. I'm convinced that literally, I guess what I was trying to get at was that there's no way this is like the amount that the BSC has. Like that's probably all just like Binance reserves, like from the exchange itself is what I'm saying. Tron, then of course you have Tron. Shouts to Justin Sun over there, my man. Salutes. Avalanche, actually right below Tron, and then the Solanas, Polygons, Chronos, and all these different ones. I bet you if you were to ask someone, what the top 3 chains are in terms of TVL, they'd probably tell you Ethereum, Avalanche, and Solana. I don't think anyone would guess BSC or Tron because you just don't think about that anymore. You know what I mean? Well, it's depending. Maybe again, I don't think about it anymore because I'm not, in I guess that part of crypto anymore. But like again, like the more consumer facing side of stuff, I'm not there anymore. But it's just insane to see that, bro. I like I don't know what to say, bro. And then obviously over here, let me see if I can put this as actually I should have made it bigger. I apologize. If you look at this side over here, to the green part all the way to the top over here, that was Terra. Terra at some point had 12%, 12% TVL of the entirety of DeFi. Yeah, 12%. So that's bigger than currently that was double what the BSC was. Jesus. And that shit collapsed. I'm not gonna lie to you, if we can survive Terra, bro, we can survive anything. I mean, if the BS, what do you think? If the BSC collapsed, would we be all screwed? I don't think so. I feel like we'd be fine. Because again, I think most of the funds in the BSC is like, exchange reserves. Damn, dude, I can't believe Terra collapsed and we're good. William says Tron TVL is mostly their stable coin. But see, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, oh my God. That's crazy, bro. That's why in a way, like TVL is definitely a vanity metric. That's for sure. Just I mean, I don't know. This is just insane. I think an impressive number is actually the number of protocols built on each of these chains. A bunch were added to Arbitrum today. This was at 89 before, but I made it a point to get some of these teams to add their stuff on. Let me actually check this real quick. I actually want to make sure that some of them were added on here. 89. It is at 89. The hell? What? Is this adding wrong? Or maybe like their front page is wrong? I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, Mr. Doc, what is up, my boy? Yo, what's going on, man? How you doing? What is going on? We're just looking over here at some of these different chains. What is this? DeFi chain? What is this, bro? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how DeFi Llama even tracks like all like any of this stuff. And I'm not trying to be rude, but like for real, I mean, dude, Ronin 73 million. How much did Ronin have at some point, dude? Sheesh, 1.4 billion for a game. Like a ton of decks. Oh, okay. Oh, that doesn't count the amount of price per axie. He said clean shave. What happened, bro? Yo, listen, man. Someone ran up on your boy in this. No, yeah, I shaved. Yo, NBA Jam, where should I put 15K? What do you guys think? Yeah, actually, no. I want to know what people in the chat say. Where should this guy put 15K? I assume you mean US dollars, by the way. I'm not gonna give you an answer. You know what? I'm gonna defer to the chat, whatever they say. The DeFi Jangle says Shib. Mr. Dark says in my wallet. I like that one. I like that one. Oh man. This is an interesting metric, by the way, as well. Here we go. Look, bro, I bought 5K on Shiba last year. This is what I don't get, bro. I don't understand it. And this is not like, a diss to you, NBA, but like I just 5K of your money. What? In Shiba? Yo, for what it's worth, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I bought crypto. Like literally the last time I know I bought crypto was in March of 2020. No, not March. I know I bought some there too, but last time I bought, actually no, I don't think I did buy in March. I actually bought like in 2020. That was the last time I bought crypto. Because that was when I was working at this marketing job I had, and literally, I mean, again, the only thing I was spending money on at that point besides gas was like Chipotle. So to me, every check that I got, bro, I was just dumping that into ETH, bro. That's when ETH was like $200. So that's why, when the bull market came around, your boy was able to start flipping stuff. Yeah, I don't buy crypto that much anymore, dude. By the way, I should definitely make that a bigger screen. Terra 2, obviously. Oh yeah, Terra 2 is that on here? Dude, I completely forgot about that. Oh my god, it's here. Oh, there's nothing on it. 24 million. Wow. Down from like 20 billion. I completely forgot about Terra 2. Well, it looks like they're doing pretty good, They got a couple of protocols there. Just joking, buy some ETH. Classic. I only have BTC. I don't know if I should sell. Come on, man. Oh man. Hold on. Question. Why do you think you should sell? By the way, none of this is financial advice. Oh man. I love hearing retail think. What's your fave crypto though? I mean, it's definitely Ethereum. I guess it's an easy question to answer, but I mean, sorry, it's an obvious question, I guess, but yeah, to me, Ethereum is like a no-brainer, dude. Just because, again, like like not even from a monetary standpoint, like at its current price, like I'm not even thinking about its current price. Just thinking about generally, how many talented teams are building on Ethereum, whether it be like on the obviously protocol itself, but more so just like on scaling tech. Again, like all the layer 2s that we were talking about earlier today. It's just insane to me how many teams have like essentially dedicated what they're building to be on top of Ethereum. Let's not forget the fact that likes of an Avalanche and a Solana pretty much have to fork Geth, which is literally the Go Ethereum. It's literally like like the the EVM and the EVM in a way. So in a way, we all rely on Ethereum one way or another. So to me, Ethereum is like the most obvious thing. But yeah, I mean, are you going to see like the 10x, 20, 30, 40x returns like the sheeps will give you? Probably not. Probably not. But you also most likely won't see those drawdowns either. Not financial advice. Has fave crypto is the one that makes them the most money? It's a good point. I don't know. My fave crypto is the one that I look at my wallet and and it's like seeing, which I guess in a way you're right. When it's up, I like seeing it. So yeah. This dude said he saw you at $80 in 2018 and was like, "Should I do it?" This is the problem, bro. You can't be asking yourself you can't be asking other people these questions or yourself these questions. You gotta do the research and then be like, and then just either do it or don't do it. But you gotta do the research though. That's the biggest thing. I mean, for what it's worth, it sounds like you're already into crypto, so I guess you already know. But yeah, bro, I don't know. It's tough. Like, I haven't had someone ask me in my real life actually if they should buy crypto recently. And honestly, listen, to me, if someone asked me that, like my family, like, oh, what should I buy, blah blah, I mean, listen, I would more than likely, again, it depends on everyone's situation, but always money that you can afford to lose, always has to be money that you can afford to lose. Terra is a great example of that. Literally, so many retail investors got into Terra and lost everything. So in a way, it has to be stuff you can afford to lose. And two, I would just tell them to use Arbitrum. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It involves them bridging from another chain to Arbitrum, of course, but just better experience in my opinion. And at least I can, I can technically I can vouch for the chain, right? So I can't vouch for anything else. Start learning, stop aping. Rest, or the opposite. Listen, if you want to, stop learning and start aping, I can't stop you. They try to raise crypto tax now. Are they actually? Oh man, come on, dude. Dude, you know what's crazy? You know what's insane? I paid so much in taxes last year. Hold on. I paid so much in taxes, but no, I paid so much in taxes this year for last year. Before everything crashed. So like literally, dude. You ever been in the point where it's like you paid more you paid more for your crypto taxes the year before, that more so than what your portfolio is currently worth now? God damn. Oh man, Uncle Sam's. If only everyone put $100 in the Shiba last year, we'd be good right now. Hey, listen, man, you can't think about it like that though. You really can't. You really can't. Otherwise, you're gonna lose it. Trust me. Listen, I mean, I had like 3 mutant apes and I sold them before like they pumped like 20, 30 ETH each. So trust me, I know. No worries. But yeah, no, dude. By the way, technically the total value locked in DeFi is 103 billion and it's down from 315 billion. Only if you include all these different things. Shout out to DeFi Llama, by the way. I really like DeFi Llama. It's a very good little platform that they have here. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it though from my side today. I just wanted to get on here, talk a little shit about Ethereum scaling, all that stuff. If you came here a little late, then the rest, the prior of the stream is a lot more about Ethereum layer 2, the merge, all that stuff, which I spoke about previously. But we'll see. Possibly do some more, live streams. I do obviously plan on, filming stuff, putting on the channel. Consistency though, I don't know how consistent it's going to be. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Your boy may be traveling a little bit the next couple of months or so. Like, like I might travel to a place or two is what I mean. Like I'm mainly going to be in New York. Let's be honest. So one is I'm going to try to document stuff and maybe do like a cool video here or there. But if you're not already, I would definitely just follow your boy on Twitter, BifreshHB, as you can see right there. And this is where essentially you can reach me if you need to. Because again, I'm definitely not going to be live streaming that much, but we'll see. I liked it. This was very fun. I thought it was cool. And by the way, I'm specifically on StreamYard too, because people can literally like come up here whenever they want. So like if I have a friend who like sees me streaming and says, "Yo, like I want to just jump on," like I can literally just invite someone up and we can just start chopping it up and just talking about crypto or stuff. So I think maybe next time that would actually be cool for next time to see if I can get someone to just come up and just like kind of shoot the shit with. We'll see. I'm surprised I even went this long, to be honest. But anyways, thank you guys. Of course, all you guys in the chat for watching. NBA Jam, Mr. Dark, Mr. DeFi Django, William Corey, Corey, of course, as well. And Norm, who never told me the project that he's building. It's fine. I'm not going to take it too seriously. Hopefully you guys tune in next time. And I'll see you guys soon, all right? Keep your eyes on the layer 2 stuff. Oh, no, Norm, you're still there, dude. The hell? Norm, when you get a chance, tell me what project you're building on Arbitrum. Anyways, okay. GN. Oh, City Clash. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. City Clash. See, that's a dope project. Okay. All right. Anyways, I will see you guys on the next one, hopefully. GN. Au revoir.